Fat boy feels.
Fat boy feels. Fat boy feels.
Like a volcano erupted in my throat.
I'll explain later. Listen, last night was rough, but it's okay because this morning we're in my bistro. Now, originally my intent was to have this all done up so I could do like one of those grand social media entrances.
But that's not reality and that's not the case.
I still wanted you to see it because, like me, this bistro is a work in progress. There's a lot of beauty here and also a lot of bullshit, but it's okay because in time it will be gorgeous. Now, back to the eruption in my throat at 4 a.m. last night. I'm lying down enjoying sleep when all of a sudden I'm awoken by bile literally trying to escape from my chest and my mouth. It was
really gross. And I was like, what the hell's wrong with me? Do I have COVID? What the fuck's going on? And I remembered that last night around 6 o'clock,
I had this amazing Chicago deep dish pizza. It was meat lovers with all the toppings. It was fucking phenomenal. And I deserved that shit, y'all. It's been a rough week. And on top of that, I ate clean and trained mean. So I devoured it.
Clearly, I enjoyed it, but my body didn't. So last week we talked about my relationship to food. And this week, what I really want to focus on is changing my relationship to food because obviously something's not right. My body is literally not feeling it. Unhealthy food has been my friend for so long. It's been there for me when no one else was. I spent most of my days alone and yeah, there's nothing like a bag of nachos, you know what I mean, when you're feeling sad. But it's weird because like unhealthy food, it's kind of like that friend group you have, you know, those friends that are fucking amazing. They're gregarious, they're loquacious, they're super charismatic, but whenever you hang out with them, you're always just on the cusp of going to jail. You love those friends. Seriously, they're amazing people, but they're not amazing for you. And at some point, you know, you have to learn to just let them go. Like you go have a lunch or a coffee, but you know, you can't just have those 2-night benders that you don't remember anymore because either you get hurt, they get hurt, or worse, someone else gets hurt. My body's hurting when I eat things like this. I came to a realization that in order for me to fully transform and become this physical version of myself, I've also got to change my relationship to food. That's what I got to figure out. That's the step of the journey I'm on this week. I'm really excited because we're going to hop in the kitchen and start figuring that out. We're going to prepare an amazing grilled peri peri chicken served with a veggie medley and chimichurri sauce. It's going to be absolutely delicious, full of flavor, and super, super, super kick-ass. So let's get inside. Let's get to it. Yo, 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 it's time for Fat Boy Feast. As I said before, today is all about discovering new foods, discovering a new way of eating, changing our relationship to food. I'm sharing with y'all my favorite sauce. It is my favorite shit. It is Argentinian chimichurri. Typically, the Argentines would use chili flakes or like traditional chilies. I am using a fire roasted yellow chili in its place. All right, so let's get started. Just gonna chop up these chilies, get them ready for the chimichurri. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. I forgot what today is. Today is Recipe Remix. Recipe Remix. All right. We're gonna take some ingredients from last week, blend it in with this week, and make a whole new dish. So if y'all remember, we made those bomb-ass tacos last week. We had a pineapple salsa, pickled onions, and we also had some leftover ingredients. We're gonna take some of those, we're gonna combine that with an amazing peri peri chicken thigh that we're gonna grill. We're then gonna make a Brussels sprout veggie medley with some of the leftover onions, some garlic, and some of the red pepper from Crunchy Time. And y'all remember Crunchy Time, right? Even though yellow chilies aren't typically super spicy, we just wanna be careful, so we're wearing some gloves. I've charred these bad boys on the grill. What this does is it gives us that burnt flavor. I'm gonna peel some of the skin off here. Now I'm gonna de-seed this just because I don't want this to be too spicy. So, got my handy blender. So we're gonna start with our parsley. This is like the foundational herb for this, in my opinion. Most people say cilantro should be the heavier base. For me, it's just a matter of taste. This is our cilantro that we're putting in right now. Bow, bow. Now we have our tertiary herb, oregano. Now this one is an optional one. This is not a part of like the original recipe. This is like my take on it. Now we have some garlic. Now we don't want too much garlic. I'm gonna go with 2 cloves of garlic. Now we have the fire roasted yellow chili pepper. For me, this just gives it that earthy spice that I think sets it up really well for the paprika to really come through and help it shine. Next up, we've got our shallot. Now I'm gonna add smoked garlic and onion salt. We're just gonna do 2 pinches of this. The salt is not gonna be the star of any dish I have. It's gonna be there specifically to help bind flavors and bring them together. Now we're gonna do some crushed black pepper. Now we have our EVOO. Got our red wine vinegar. Slide out. Just put this herb. Baby, I love you so much.
All right, here we go. All right, I like the texture. It's a little thicker and it's okay. That's our chimichurri. Let's move on to the next step. We're gonna start off with one of my favorite veggies, Brussels sprout. We're then gonna add in peppers along with some garlic and some shallot to serve as the bed on which we put our peri peri chicken. These bad boys are fibrous, nutritious. Oh yeah. You know what time it is. It's crunchy time. Crunchy time. Crunchy time. Crunchy time. When you hear that crunch, it just I'm having a moment. These shits are bomb. Now it's time for the shallot.
I dare you to eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Okay. Oh, I guess it's a double crunchy time. Here we go. Pretty solid. Not bad. It's a little spicy. It's not even spicy. It's like crunchy time. It's like done. All right, y'all, it's time to make the veggie medley. First, light the pan up. I've put it on high heat. I'm now gonna turn it down to medium heat. From there, I'm gonna add some oil. Now, we're gonna let this oil warm up, but we don't want it smoking. We'll drop the Brussels sprouts. We're gonna cook those through for a couple minutes. Yeah. We sizzling, baby. Now, with some of these leaves, you gotta be careful. They're gonna cook way quicker than the actual heart of this vegetable. So, while this is cooking, I'm gonna add just a touch of salt, touch of pepper. Definitely just let it be for a minute or two just so you can get a little char. Then you can start turning and stirring to make sure they don't burn. All right, so we've got a little char, a little caramelization going. This has been cooking for about 4 to 5 minutes. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the peppers. Just gonna press the peppers. You know, we can't integrate these bad boys at the top because they'll burn by the time the Brussels are done. You hear that sizzling? Oh my God. All right, so these peppers have cooked a little bit. Add some garlic here and our shallots. All right, so now these is coming together. You see that we do have some char there on the pepper. I've almost burned some of the leaves, and that's okay, but it's not too bad. Those shallots are now becoming translucent. The garlic is browning, so now's the time to turn that heat off. And now I'm just gonna finish just a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Cool, I'm gonna take this off the heat. There we go, our veggie medley. Now that we're here, it's time for all you protein lovers out there for us to bring out the chicken. Here's the deal. Do not wash your chicken. Science is not on your side. Also, marinating your chicken overnight does nothing. So what you wanna do is start with a dry rub. So my dry rub, it's gonna have granulated garlic, paprika, some Italian seasoning blend, a touch of salt and some pepper, coriander, and a little bit of cumin. We're going to put the peri peri sauce on top of that. I did it, like I said, overnight. You can do it in like 20 minutes and you're good. The peri peri sauce you can find at your favorite grocery store where they wear Hawaiian shirts. You just coat your chicken maybe 20 minutes before you cook. I'm gonna leave this out. Oh God, I'm an idiot. Did that happen? So that was a fat boy fail. We're not here to impress anybody. We're just here to make a really awesome, healthy, delicious meal for ourselves. All right, so it's grilling time. It's time to go ahead and throw this chicken on the grill. These are chicken thighs. These have bone in, so they're gonna take a little longer to cook. They were not skinless, but I skinned them myself. We've got 3 of these bad boys on here. I preheated my grill. It's scorching hot. I'm gonna turn this down. Got our sauce on here. And there we go. So we want the internal temperature of this chicken to be about 165. With these, it's gonna be about 15 minutes to 18 minutes. So I'm gonna just close this bad boy, let that heat stay in, and I'll be back in a few minutes to check on them, turn them. All right, it's the time we've been working for all day long. I've been out here sweating in the kitchen, doing it for y'all. Now the chimichurri you made, before you serve it on this plate, you wanna heat it up just a little bit, all right? Now, see the type of plate I got? You wanna have one that's a little deeper, because what we're gonna do is, a la Chef Robert Irvine, we're gonna build this plate high. So you can just bite down and cut down into it and let it all just melt together. So I'm gonna start here with my chimichurri. I want to make sure there's plenty there. Now we have our veggies right in there.
right in there. Now we got the chicken. This bad boy has been on that grill, it's been fired up. Now we got that pineapple salsa that we made last episode. Be generous with it. Pickled onions. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the grilled peri peri chicken thighs with the veggie medley served with the chimichurri puree, topped with our pineapple salsa, pickled onions. So yeah, we have a Latin-inspired, African-inspired dish, low carb, full of flavor, really, really healthy. And so this brings me back to my last thing. As I think about how I changed my relationship to food, I think about meals like this. Meals that you put your heart and your soul into. And that level of love counteracts any fast food joint, any packaged, processed thing. More importantly, I feel like it's helping me become a better version of myself. A version of me that feels empowered by what I'm putting into my system. So try this at home. Let me know what you think. Remember, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Remember, check us out on all of our social media platforms out there. TikTok, Instagram, IG Reels, YouTube Shorts, Twitter. We out there. Fat Boy Feast, Fat Boy Feels. Appreciate you.